Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good morning. My name is Judge Christy Ruppe. You're all here this morning for first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime in which you've been arrested for. As you stand before me this morning, you are considered not guilty of what you've been charged with, and that status will stay with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by you if you plead out to your case or the state attorney's office if they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you were arrested on a warrant or a new charge. Either way, you were given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of pre-trial release which will be imposed upon you. You are entitled to have an attorney represent you at each stage of these proceedings. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, I will appoint the public defender's office this morning. You are also entitled to make a phone call. If you haven't had the opportunity to get that phone call yet, please let me know, and I will make sure that happens today so you can let friends or your attorney know where you are. Finally, and most importantly, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. Please don't say anything about the facts of your case today. These hearings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything that you say. So anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be used against you in the prosecution of your case down the road. At this time, I'd like each of you to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give to the court this morning will be the truth, whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Okay, go ahead and put your hands down. As I call your name, please come forward to the podium. Sierra Boreals. Hi, Ms. Boreals. What is your date of birth?
7/21/88.
All right, you are here today for a domestic battery and a possession of drug paraphernalia. I did find probable cause for both of those. Do you want to hire somebody? You want to represent yourself, or you want the public defender's office?
I represent myself.
Okay. State, does she have a prior record?
She does, Your Honor. It's not good. There's at least 5 prior failures to appear. She has a prior aggravated battery, so this is potentially a felony. She has a paraphernalia, possession of cocaine, multi-count counterfeit and uttering. She did 30 months in the Department of Corrections for.
When was that?
That was in 2012, I believe. It's kind of hard to say exactly what date she went because it's one of those cases that violated once or twice.
Right.
But she eventually did the 30 months. Her most recent FTA was in 2016.
Okay. Ms. Boreals, I have an address for you on Nebraska Ave in Tampa. Is that where you live?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
5 years since I've been out.
Okay. Do you have a job?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
I work at Tampa General Hospital.
Okay. For the domestic battery, I'm going to give you a bond of $5,000. And for the possession of drug paraphernalia, $1,000. We're going to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case Mr. Borriello wants to file an injunction against you. And I'm going to order that you have no contact with Mr. Borriello while this case is pending. Do not call him, do not write him, do not email him. Any way that you can imagine having contact with Mr. Borriello, I forbid you to do so. If you see him out somewhere, you need to turn around and go the other way. And if he calls you, you should hang up the phone. If you do have contact with Mr. Borriello while this case is pending, you'll be arrested on a new charge and you'll be held without bond until your cases are resolved, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We'll see you back to court on November 29th at 9 a.m. Crystal Eloise? Hi, Crystal. What's your date of birth?
5/30/88.
All right. You're here today for a violation of probation out of Pasco County. So there is probable cause for your arrest. There's a $1,500 bond on that. We're going to keep that at $1,500, and if you're unable to bond out on that, Pasco County is going to come get you sometime within the next 5 days, and you can head on down there and figure out how to resolve your case with them, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Jessica Lunsford? Ms. Lunsford, can I have your date of birth, please?
6/6/87.
Okay. You are here this morning for a DUI. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to hire an attorney? You want to represent yourself, or do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender.
I'll provisionally appoint the public defender's office to represent you. State, does she have a prior record?
I show no record, Your Honor.
Okay. Jessica, I have an address for you on Shoreline Boulevard in Hernando Beach. Is that where you live?
That's correct.
How long have you lived there?
4 years?
Okay. Do you have a job?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a server waitress right now at Denny's. I'm going to school.
Okay, you go to school as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to set your bond at $500, and we're going to see you back to court November 29th at 9 a.m., okay?
We acquitted.
Okay.
Yeah, you got a point.
Caitlin Lynch. Hi, Miss Lynch. Can I have your date of birth?
12/28/1990.
All right. Say that again. I can't hear you.
12/28/1990.
All right, got it. All right, you were here today for a failure to appear in front of Judge Hitzman on a battery on June 28th. There's also another failure to appear in front of Judge Merritt for retail theft on June 30th. The bonds on those are $10,000 on the felony and $2,000 on the misdemeanors. There is probable cause for your arrest. Did you want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I'll appoint the public defender's office on both cases. I have an address for you on Ruby J. Court in Weeki-Wachee. Is that where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you lived there?
For 3-4 years.
Okay, do you have a job?
Not at the moment.
Okay. You've been in the Hillsborough County Jail?
Yes.
Did you finish up your cases there? Are you done?
Yeah, there was no case. They just picked me up on the warrant.
Oh, okay, is that it? All right. All right, for the misdemeanor case, we'll keep the bond at $2,000. We'll see you back to court on November 29th at 9 a.m. And for the felony case, we'll keep the bond at $10,000. And we'll see you back to court on November 28th at 8:30 a.m.
Your Honor, I have a
Oh,
note.
actually, the 17th? November.
They're asking for the 17th. Thank you,
Yeah,
Your Honor.
November 17th at 9 a.m. Okay, so everyone from the public defender's office will come out and see you shortly.
Thank you.
Stephanie Whitman. Ms. Whitman, can I have your date of birth?
4/3/86.
Okay, you are here this morning for possession of drug paraphernalia. The bond is currently $1,000, and knowingly drive while your license is suspended, the bond is currently $500. I did find probable cause for your arrest on both of those charges. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody? Or do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender.
Provisionally appoint the public defender's office to represent you. States, do you have power?
It looks like she just recently finished a felony PTI program out of Citrus in 2017, but no other record. Successfully finished, so no record.
Okay, and the only reason your driver's license is suspended is because you don't have the proper insurance.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right, I have an address for you on Erlin Lane in Homosassa. That we live?
Yes.
How long have you lived there?
About 7 years.
Do you have a job?
No.
All right, for count 1, possession of drug paraphernalia, I'll set your bond at $500. And then for count 2, driving while your license is suspended, I'll set your bond at $250. We'll see you back to court November 29th at 9 a.m., okay? Aaron Allen.
I don't have a PC on that one.
Hi, Mr. Allen. What is your date of birth?
10/21/94.
Okay. You're here today for a DUI. A different probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody? You want the public defender's office?
I will either hire somebody or represent myself.
Okay, state does he have a prior record?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Allen, I have an address for you on Arbuckle Road in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Correct.
How long have you lived there?
About 2 months. My house just burned down.
Okay. How long have you lived in Hernando County?
About 2 months. My house just burned down.
Where did you live before that?
Pasco.
Pasco. Okay. Do you have a job?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
Delivery.
Okay. All right, I'm going to set your bond at $500. We'll see you back to court November 29th at 9 a.m.
Okay.
Okay. Richard Breton.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Breton. Can I have your date of birth, please?
11/21/60.
Okay, I have you here this morning for a DUI, falsely impersonating an officer, and a battery charge. I did find probable cause for all three of those. Did you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Either hire someone up or a public defender for them.
I'll provisionally appoint the public defender's office to represent you. State, does he have a prior record?
I don't show a prior record, Your Honor, but I'd be inclined to argue for a higher bond just based on the facts.
Okay. Mr. Breton, I have an address here in Blue Spruce Drive in Connecticut. Is that where you live?
Yeah, it's my dad's home, yes. Newtown, Connecticut. I came down here to try to purchase a home. I used to live in Brooksville.
Where have you been staying since you've been down here?
At the hotels, looking for real estate.
All right. Do you have a job these days?
I'm on Social Security disability. I'm a welder by trade. That's what I plan on doing while I'm down here.
Okay. For the DUI charge, I'm going to leave your bond at $1,000. I've appointed the public defender. We'll see you back in court November 29th at 9 a.m. On the battery charge, I'm going to order that you have no contact with Cassidy Schultz. I'm also going to set your bond at $10,000 on the battery, and I'll keep your bond at $5,000 on the impersonating an officer. That's $5,000 and $10,000.
Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
I don't even know this person.
Then you shouldn't have any problem not having contact with her, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Nathaniel Burr.
Did you come back and tell him?
Yeah, did I not say the felony date? Does the clerk have it?
All the way down there.
You should go to the 28th.
November 28th?
11.
November 28th. All right. Mr. Burr, can I have your date of birth, please?
8673.
All right. You were here today on a violation of probation. There is probable cause for your arrest. Judge Merritt wants no bond on that because you violated by allegedly using drugs while you were on probation. So we're going to hold you in no bond. We're going to get you back in front of Judge Merritt on November 28th at 9 a.m., okay? Did you want me to make sure the public defender is appointed on your case?
Yeah.
All right. I'll go ahead and do that. Good luck. Richard Dumas. Mr. Dumas, can I have your date of birth?
2/26/81.
Okay, you're also here for a violation of probation, so there is probable cause for your arrest. I see that you were placed on probation by Judge Hitzman for a battery charge just back in August. And there was a warrant for your arrest for violation of that on September 21st, and he wants no bond on that. So we're going to keep that at no bond. We're going to see you back to court on December 6th at 9 a.m. Do you want me to make sure you have the public defender on your case?
Yes, please.
Appoint the public defender.
Thank you.
William Herron. Hi, Mr. Herron. Can I have your date of birth?
12/13/83.
All right. You were here today for a violation of community control. There is probable cause for your arrest. It looks like Judge Toner signed that warrant on October 20th, indicating that he wanted no bond. when you were arrested, so we're going to keep that in no bond right now, and we're going to see you back to court on December 6th at 8:30 in the morning, okay? Do you want me to make sure the public defender's on your case?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll appoint the public defender.
Thank you.
Michael Levinson. And Mr. Levinson, can I have your date of birth?
April 22nd, 1982.
Okay. You are here today for a violation of probation. So there is probable cause for your arrest. Looks like you were placed on probation by Judge Hitzman, and he signed a warrant for your arrest on October 30th. It looks like probation is recommending 30 days in order for you to resolve your violation of probation case. Is that correct, probation? Is that something you want to go ahead and take care of today?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You understand that by admitting that you violated your probation, you're giving up right to a hearing?
Yes.
You're giving up your right to present witnesses at that hearing and confront the witnesses against you at that hearing. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're giving up your right to have the state prove that you violated your probation.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, with that said, do you admit that you violated your probation?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Okay, I accept your admission. I find it's freely and voluntarily given. Adjudicate you guilty, revoke and terminate your probation. Is he releasable? Is he out on bond on the felony? What's going on?
I don't know where he is on the felony. I know it's for a robbery, Your Honor, and that's the extent of the information I have for it.
Do you have a bond on the robbery charge? What's going on with your robbery charge?
I do have a bond, but I'm not bonding out.
Okay, when is that set for?
11/14.
November
Okay,
14th.
alrighty.
Sorry.
Okay, sentence you to 30 days, Hernando County Jail. I don't know how much, does anyone know how much time he has in? For the,
No, Your Honor, I don't know, but I can look and see if he's got any jail time other than this.
well, I know he's got jail time on the robbery. I want to make sure he's only getting time served for the violation of probation, for the battery. When you were initially arrested for the battery, did you bond out?
I was never arrested for battery.
This is a false report, Your Honor.
I'm sorry. For false report to law enforcement. Did you bond out?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How long were you in jail before you bonded out?
4 days.
Okay. So I'll give you credit for the 6 days that you have in. You'll have $50 cost of prosecution and the cost of incarceration, okay?
It was 4 days.
Okay.
So when you do get out, you want to make your way down to the clerk of court and make payment arrangements for all of that, okay?
All right.
All right. Donald Robinson. Mr. Robinson, what's your date of birth?
10/4/66.
Okay. Mr. Robinson, you are here today for a violation of probation. There's probable cause for your arrest. Okay. There's no bond on that violation of probation. Do you want me to make sure the public defender is appointed on this case?
No.
Are you going to hire a private attorney?
No. Lives in myself.
Okay. We'll see you back to court on November 28th at 9 in the morning, okay?
Thank you.
Wyatt Rodriguez?
We set the phone down.
Mr. Rodriguez, what's your date of birth?
11/91.
All right. You were here this morning for a trespass. I did find probable cause for your arrest. State, does he have a prior record?
He does. It shows 2012 petty theft, 2012 possession, 2012 failure to appear, 2015 possession, 2015 petty theft. But it seems like the real problem is that on 7/5/17 and 8/17/17, so twice in the past couple months, he's been sentenced for trespassing at this exact location. This is his third time in a row at the same place.
Okay. So is there an offer or?
I'd be like 60 days, Your Honor.
All right. You want to take care of it today, Mr. Rodriguez? The state will give you 60 days from Hernando County Jail. Do you want to do that today, or you want to just come back to court November 29th?
What is today's date?
What is the date today? November 2nd.
Yeah. Second.
Yeah, you got somewhere to go? Got somewhere you got to be?
Yeah, just long. Continue it.
Do you want me to appoint the public defender to represent you?
Just in case I get bonded out.
Yeah, just in case. You want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
Yeah.
I'll appoint the public defender's office. You don't have a an address, right? You don't have a home right now?
No.
Okay. And you don't have a job, right?
No.
All right. I'm going to set your bond at $5,000, and we'll see you back to court November 29th at 9 a.m.
Alright.
Thomas Smalley. Mr. Smalley, what's your date of birth?
275.
All right, you're here this morning for possession of methamphetamine, possession of drug paraphernalia. The bonds are currently $2,000 and $1,000. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody? Or do you want the public defender's office? Appoint the public defender's office to represent you. States the prior record.
He does, Your Honor. He's one of those guys that gets arrested a ton, but only gets a couple convictions. We got a 16 concealed weapon charge, 2011 battery, another 2011 battery, and a 2003 paraphernalia. And I think he had something recently in front of Your Honor.
Yes, I remember that. All right, Mr. Smalley, I have an address for you on Fort Dade Ave in Brooksville. Is that where you're living?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You have a job these days?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. All right. I'm going to set your bond at $4,000 and $2,000, and we're going to see you back to court on November 28th at 9 a.m. Okay? Raymond Soto. And Mr. Soto, can I have your date of birth?
7/15/1996.
All right. You were here this morning for a burglary of a conveyance, 3 counts of burglary of a conveyance, traveling across county lines to commit a burglary, grand theft, and another count of traveling across lines to commit a burglary. I did find probable cause for all of the charges that you've been arrested for. Did you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
Appoint the public defenders, ma'am.
Okay. I'll appoint the public defender on each of your cases. I have an address for you on Pinellas Ave in Tarpon Springs. Is that where you live?
No, ma'am.
Where do you live?
2450 Burlington Ave, North St. Petersburg, Florida.
All right, you're going to have to say that again. 2458.
No, 4450
Okay.
Burlington Ave, North St. Petersburg, Florida.
How long do you live there?
About 5 years.
Okay. Do you have a job these days?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Are you in school?
No, ma'am.
Okay. How old are you?
21.
Okay. State deceiver prior record?
Yes, Your Honor. He 2017 failure to appear, 2017 petty theft, 2017 violation of pretrial release and witness intimidation, 2016 marijuana, 2016 possession. There's a 2016 trespass and loitering and prowling, 2015 possession of controlled substance, 2014 felon in possession of weapon or ammunition, carrying a concealed weapon, and then there's an extensive juvenile history prior to that.
Okay. All right, Mr. Soto, for the 2 burglary of conveyances, and the first case that I have with you, I'm going to set your bond, keep your bond at $15,000 each. That's a total of $30,000. We're going to see you back to court on all of your cases on November 28th at 9 a.m. The second case I have is 2 counts of traveling across the county line to commit a burglary, Bonds on those are $15,000 each. I'm going to keep those at $15,000 each. I've appointed the public defender. We'll see you back November 28th. The next case I have for you is another burglary of a conveyance. The bond is $15,000. I'm going to keep the bond at $15,000. I've appointed the PD. I'll see you back November 28th. And the last case I have for you is a grand theft and traveling across county line to commit a burglary. The bonds are currently $2,000 and $15,000. I'm going to keep the bonds at $2,000 and $15,000, appoint the public defender, and see you back November 28th at 9 a.m.
Okay, thank you. How many cases are there?
How many cases or counts? It looks like there's
How many
4
counts?
cases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 counts altogether.
All right, thank you, ma'am.
Did we have someone from yesterday?
Yeah, it was the continuance for the notice on the petty theft. I did have our office notice, and now we'd be willing to offer time served
What
to
was
resolve
the
this
name?
case. Mr. Hager, James Hager, 17 MM 1275, I believe.
There he is. Okay, and what was, it was time
It'd be
served?
time served now, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Hager, you want to take care of your case today?
Yes.
Okay, and this was a new charge, not a bop, right?
It is a new charge, Your Honor. We'd ask for a reservation on restitution because I didn't get a clarification on that. But I don't, it'd just be a lien if there is any.
All righty. All right, you understand by taking care of your case today, Mr. Hager, you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Yes.
Giving up rights to confront witnesses against you, call witnesses on your own behalf, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. You want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, ma'am.
With regard to the petty theft charge in 2017 NM 1275, how do you plead complete no contest?
Guilty.
I'll accept your plea of guilty. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. I adjudicate you guilty. Sentence you to, is it 3 days?
That's all I'm aware of, Your Honor.
3 days. Hernando County Jail, 3 days credit for time served. You'll have fines and court costs and the cost of incarceration assessed against you. The state is also going to reserve on restitution in case there's a restitution amount. If that's the case, they'll file an order, and you'll be responsible for that restitution amount as well. When you do get out of custody, you want to make your way down to the clerk of court and make payment arrangements for all of these things, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Have a nice day, Dale.
Thank you.
Thank you.